of stability. And then the exchange rate collapsed. That is when the Asian countries would transform themselves. So I'm learning how to work within a corrupt system America claimed to have without getting out of it. But actually, period. They wanted something else. I've been in it for 47 years, screwing over the Asian rulers. And it's gotten worse because I've gone to less educated, lower class and people in terms of their ethics and morals who feel entitled, or highly educated people who feel prejudiced and haughty. Period. Everybody feels haughty. Period. They all feel defensive. Period. They all want to keep what they have and not share it. Period. And they're with a company that's making money hand over foot because we're overcharging. You know, the profit margin is like 60%. Nothing like a grocery store that's like 1 or 2%. Comma, not that the people act nicer or smarter at a grocery store. Period. It's probably pretty grueling too. Period. So I can't make sense of it. Period. But I know that I have an out, but I don't want to take it because I feel like I can't afford it and live well. Period. But am I living well now? Question mark? No. I'm not living well now. Period. In fact, I'm having a nervous breakdown. Period. And burnout. Period. And I'm old and well, it doesn't matter that I'm old. I don't want to keep doing this. And I don't have a friend to live with. I don't want to live with strangers because I'll just get the same shit. Period. So the advice is to grow up, and you're not going to make it better internally or externally. Period. And become the president with a vision of using political power to transform America. But he had been persuaded to give away much of his power to the financial markets with the promise that this time they would create a new kind of stability. I don't know if this is I don't know. I feel like this is more the corruption of political elites. But it was now becoming clear that America's political power had just been transferred to a much more secretive, much greedier. First consultation told it to be right. Financiers of Wall Street. And when the world was facing a crisis, they used their new power to rescue themselves. To the leaders of the Asian countries, I don't know how to get along. Just as much of a corruption of power as anything their governments were guilty of. And before our story ends, they would get their revenge. Am I showing a profound disrespect? But I don't know how to get along. I don't know how to get along. I can't. I don't. I'm learning. I'm the learner, not the teacher. I just feel like I'm. And the maturing internet was beginning to promise even more stability than computers had. There's something putting me in danger.
I need to know I'm
But this
safe
event
so I can
almost went so
concentrate
far,
on
it
self
became
mastery.
clearer than ever.
Man
As we
wishes to
know,
make visitors advance,
with
but
or
circumstances
without
are
Trump,
blocking me.
America's leaders kept promising stability, but it seemed as though all anyone could see was chaos.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Constant hardship bears fruit. Daily training, chariot driving, protecting. Wow. Horse will follow instincts and run with the herd.
When the World Trade Centers collapsed, everyone had a sense that the world was about to undergo a dramatic change. But then it didn't. Surprisingly, everything returned back to how it was. And the hero who
I
wrote
don't know.
history with
Help
his
me.
will to ensure that was Alan Greenspan.
I'm dying.
A week after the attacks, the American markets opened again and immediately suffered the largest fall in history. 2 weeks later, the Enron scandal was revealed, and it quickly became clear this was only one
What's going to
example
protect
of
me
the
from
vast
unforeseen
corporate fraud that was
circumstances?
plaguing the nation's economy. Since the early 90s, many major corporations had been faking their profits
I
and
don't know.
hiding their
I got to
debts
get out.
with the help of some of the major accounting
I don't
firms.
know.
This explained why Greenspan's reports showed no sign of economic development, yet earnings and profits continued to climb. Just as it seemed like the American economy was going to collapse, Greenspan took action. He dramatically cut interest rates again and again. His aim was simple: to encourage American consumers to borrow and spend. Just as they were in the aftermath of World War I, consumers and their desires were going to be the force that stabilized the economy. It was an enormous risk. By cutting the rates to almost zero, Greenspan was unleashing a flood of cheap money into the economy. In the past, this had always led to inflation and dangerous instability, but this time, it didn't. Instead, the largest consumer boom in history began, and to Greenspan's disbelief, it didn't lead to inflation. Everything remained stable, and the system was managing itself without drastic political intervention.
Mm.
Some believe it was a deflationary effect derived from innovative computers. Some believe it was Greenspan's masterful intervention, and some believe that it was proof America was simply too big to fail. But all of these beliefs were illusions. The reason for the extraordinary boom was a giant exercise of political power by an elite ruler thousands of miles away in China. The Asian countries, led by China, had decided that never again would they put themselves at the mercy of America and the hypocrisy of their financial systems. After all, America had imposed the Bretton Woods system to its own benefit, only to abandon it with disregard for the rest of its members. They invested billions into Asian economies, only to steal it back when it was most needed. They had even retreated from the social programs that had once saved their own middle class, which would never again surpass its peak in 1971, as income inequality would only grow as a reflection that America's allegiances were not to stability for the rest of the world or even its own people. The only thing America cared about was money. So the Chinese were able to take advantage of this weakness and create a system to manage America. And through this system, they very subtly began to take control of the global economy. China deliberately devalued their own currency in order to keep their exports cheap. This allowed Chinese goods to flood into America, and American dollars to flood into China. But instead of spending the money on their population, the Chinese leaders immediately let the money back to America by buying government bonds. It was a
Somehow I
perfect
can move
system
ahead.
of cheap goods and cheap money flowing into America.
I gotta read it
All
better.
controlled